Hello. Welcome to yet another social experiment here at Agora.Community. We are in an effort to continually continue to mix things up on Tuesday night. We are trying something new tonight. Well, we kind of done something like this before. As a matter of fact, some of the stuff that's going to come up tonight has probably been kind of at least touched on in some of our Q&A, but we wanted to kind of change the format a little bit. It's a bit of an experiment. If people are enjoying it, we will do more of it, bring in a lot of different guests. But for tonight, you're going to be blessed with the presence of none other than David Hubert, as usual, and we've dragged Jacob from the dungeon layer of Agora Studios, and he's going to take a break for the 1 hour break and come play with us for a little bit. So basically what's going to happen tonight is we call it speed debating. The idea is we will be challenging each other with these very polarizing questions. And we'll see how that goes. Each one of us will get a turn to drop a question and then choose what side of the debate the other two people will be actually trying to argue. And then madness and chaos will ensue. What could possibly go wrong? So let's bring in the test subjects. I mean, the guests for tonight, David Hubert and Jacob Gardner. Hello. Oh, that's weird.
Hello,
split screen.
I think what can possibly go wrong is definitely we need to make a T-shirt out of it.
Well, truth be said, I would say that that similar words were probably spoken right around the same time that Agora.Community launched, right when we were like, let's just do it. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? And here we are. So,
yep.
Yeah.
And I think, we had a lot of fun. When was it? Like 2 weeks ago when we did those little speed Q&A to mix things up a little bit. So that's a little variation of this idea. And, if it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, all right, we'll do it again and we'll bring other people to join.
That's right. At least it was free entertainment at the very, very least.
Exactly.
Yeah, and just to explain a couple of the other little extra peripheral mechanics to this little game that we're going to play, there will be, Scott is going to drop a link for everybody to use in chat, which we should probably drop any second now. Basically, this is a link that you can go to actually vote on who you think had the better argument. So there's actually a little bit of reputation on the line here, too. It's not just us goofing around, but we got to play for reals. So that's happening. And then another thing that's happening is there's going to be a clock because, if we don't have a clock, then it's not interesting, right? We're going to put a little time pressure in this.
Yeah. As you said, we need that pressure.
We do. Otherwise, on some of these topics, we could probably just go on and drone about them for forever. So 4 minutes is sort of let's go. Jacob, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, that's weird. Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, he was just saying nothing.
He was just going...
Exactly.
He just screwed my head. Oh, I get it.
I should have warned you. He does that all the time.
He's trying to get inside my head. It's not going to happen, Jacob.
I like that it looks like we planned some sort of color coordination separation where you're.
Oh yeah, that's totally
kind
true.
Of greenish,
I'm the cool. David's the kind of magenta. Yeah, that's cool.
I'm very bright blue.
You're just
I'm in the pink lounge.
That's okay. I like it. It was totally planned. It would totally plan this. 100%. So how do you want to, I guess we have to bring up the clock.
Yeah, we got to if we have no clock, we cannot start this.
Yeah. Clock is taking over the show apparently. Hold on, let's try that again.
This is the main feature.
Yeah, so the clock is just going to be a character tonight because we don't have really much control over the layout in Restream. So welcome to the Brent George Clock, otherwise known as the Doom Clock. He'll be up there on the left-hand side, and the rest of us are going to hang out. At the end of every round, I will bring up this guy here. And this one here is essentially the scoreboard. So I don't know how it's going to go. It's going to be interesting.
Do you really want to bring it at the end of each one?
No, probably not. But it'd be kind of fun, though. The stakes will kind of, slowly rise. Who knows?
And then there's no vote for 30 seconds, and we're waiting and like, okay, well, I guess that we're stopping.
Yeah, okay. That's a good point. All right, we'll go ahead and just wait.
So I didn't realize it was going to be cumulative.
Oh, dude.
Tallying the entire night. It's not who won that argument.
Oh, yeah. It's a tournament. It's a debate tournament.
Okay. Yeah, this is like serious. Like we can't, there's no messing around. The best idea or the blue sky version of this is eventually we'll make a night where we have teams and like quite literally team debate the crap out of these things. But tonight is going to be a little bit more freeform.
And who knows, if it gets out of hand, it might be the last stream that we'll ever do because we won't speak to each other afterwards.
That's totally it. It's like never ever play a game like, you ever played Werewolf before? Have you played this game?
Yeah.
Don't ever play that with friends. That is like the worst idea because you learn a very difficult lesson that day that you play that is that your friends are very good at lying. And if it's like if God forbid it's like part of a member of your family, it's way worse. The stakes are higher and you're just like, really? Like how could you look me in the eye and say that? Well, it's just a game, right? Is it just a game?
Or is it?
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so who wants to start?
I'm going to start. David. I'm going to throw the first topic, and
okay.
I'm going. Let's see how it goes.
It's like a grenade.
All right. So the first one, I'm going to make a statement, and then you both will take each side. So the statement is that AI will replace 90% of all professional artists in the next 10 years. All right. Man.
Who's arguing what side?
Brent, you're in agreement of this, and Jacob, you're in disagreement of this.
This is perfect. All right, and go. Oh, what the hell? It didn't go. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button.
Wait, well, who starts it off? Brent, are you going first?
Brent is going to start.
Oh, I get to start? Oh, okay.
Oh, you get to start.
Okay, so, well, I mean, let's get real here for a second, right? I mean, if we can harness the energy of AI to drive autonomous cars, it's only a matter of time before it can actually animate. I mean, let's be real, right? Like, I mean, motion. If you want to get legit, motion matching and neural network logic that is already being applied in video games as we speak is able to choose the appropriate motion to play at any given moment. Yes, I know that's not animating, but it could be next, right? Is it 4 minutes for both of us? So I have to share it? Like it's 2 minutes for me, 2 minutes for Jacob?
It's 4 minutes combined. So at some point, Jacob, you're like, no.
Jacob, you got to shut me down, man. Shut me down.
Okay. Look, this has been an argument for 30 years that computers are going to replace all artists, that people are...
Sure.
No, computer, stop listening. Sorry. So, never mind that.
Just pay no attention to the computer that's listening to Jacob.
They've said that, photography will replace all painters and fine artists, and it didn't happen. They said motion capture was going to replace all animators. That never happened, and it's still not happening. They said that CG was going to replace all fine artists as well, not just photography. Still not happening. You cannot replace an actual human artistic brain that is creating something. You can replace it with data analysis, which computers are great at. It can, like you said, it can replace objects. It can do data analysis, but it cannot create artistic interpretations.
Yet
it will not replace. It will not. Well,
but how can you tell
for
the future?
30 years
Jacob?
They've been saying it's going to happen. For 100 years they said it's going to happen with the photography thing, and it still hasn't.
Maybe it's going to take just 101 years. How do we really know? I mean, you know what I mean? Are we going to be around to know or find out? I'm betting on the right horse here, Jacob. I think that you're being naive, to be completely honest. I think that AI
I respect your opinion.
I don't respect yours, just for the record. I think it's erroneous, and I think it's naive, and I think it's silly. I think that AI is our future, and we need to invest in it now because we are going to be replaced. So who's going to be the masterminds and the controllers of said AI? Seize the day, my friend. Seize the day.
I think computers can do things really well, but they can't do what we can do. And we can use them as tools to get things done more efficiently or create new types of art, but it still requires the human brain to create the art.
Interesting. Well, it could be said, and it has been said by many people before me, that art is very closely related to math. Take music, for instance, piano. Have you ever heard a AI compose music before?
I have. It sounds terrible.
Oh, sacrilege. Well, I guess now we're at the heart of the argument then, I guess, right? I mean, what is art? Right? What is art? Is art, does it require a soul to be art, or is it just literally the assembly of colors and shapes and sounds that catch another person's attention and imagination? What is art at the end of the day, right?
In the eye of the beholder.
Are we done? Have we exhausted the arguments?
I think we've exhausted it. Let's end it there, and we'll.
I was hoping to throw more personal insults at you. I have to warm myself up.
I told you, Brent, 3 minutes is the sweet spot.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. I'm gonna change the clock to 3 minutes because 3 minutes was right on the sweet spot. Okay, I'll shut it down. Doomsday clock can stop. Okay, cast your votes, everybody.
You should have a sound, Brent, for when.
Oh yeah,
and around.
We want like this. Is Veronica in the audio? Oh, she is. This one's for her. Oh wait, no, that's not for her.
Oh,
that's not her either. Yeah, that's what she likes.
That's super. We can barely hear it. It's okay.
Oh yeah, it's too low. Here, hold on. I'm worried about destroying everyone's eardrums. Is that better?
No, you're not going to destroy anything, but it's fine.
Oh, okay. It's loud in my headphones. I'm just like, really? Okay, well. It's like I'm adding a little bit of Christopher Nolan to this Streamcast, this low, deep horn. Okay, so do they have to cast their votes now, or do they wait till the very, very, very end to do it? How does it work?
Oh, yeah, they can cast a vote now. Each round, if they're there, they cast a vote.
Good.
And then we'll see at the end the cumulative.
Okay, who throws the next stone? Can it be me?
It was pretty good. Well done, guys. Good way to break the ice.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Good starting one. All right, Brent, throw yours out.
All right, so are you guys ready?
Yes.
I got my whistle. Don't go outside, okay?
Don't forget the 3 minute sweet spot.
Okay, all right. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Let me do that. Oh. There it is. 3 minutes. Okay, here it comes. Are you ready? I would like to ask the age-old question here of, well, I'm going to set a scenario for you, and you're going to have to argue the two different cases on whether yes or whether or no. You're looking for a new job, right? You're happy with the job that you're currently in, but you're kind of like thinking maybe it's time to change. You're just thinking maybe mix it up a little bit. So you make the choice to sort of stealthily put the fingers out there in the tendrils and start like looking around, and you get an offer, a good offer, one that you're excited by. And it's for the first time in years challenged your sort of perception of comfort at the current job. Do you tell your current company with the idea that they might counter offer, or do you just make the decision and go? David, you are going to argue the side of absolutely tell the company and see what comes back. Jacob, you're going to sort of argue the opposite side of that particular scenario. Are you guys ready?
Yes. All right.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Clock is running. Go.
All right. So I would say that the thing that you want to value the most is trust and honesty. And definitely, if you're considering an offer, it would be an insult to not at least give an opportunity to your current employer, assuming that he wants to keep you, right? There's some situation that they might be happy to see you leave, but definitely if you have an opportunity, you should let them know, assuming that you want to stay there, to give them a chance to be able to do something about it instead of just putting them in front of the unfortunate situation that you're just leaving.
I disagree, because you're doing well, but you're not feeling invigorated, and feeling kind of lethargic in the job, you've been looking for other options, you want something else, you want something different, they're going to try to keep you. So maybe they'll offer a counter offer that's a little higher. Maybe they'll even match the counter offer. But it's going to go back to the same old thing. You'll have a little bit more money, but nothing's going to change. You're not going to be reinvigorated. It's going to be the same old job. It's going to be the same drawl over and over again, and you want something different. So don't give them the chance to counter offer. You just want to go to the new exciting thing.
Yeah, but I think that, professional artists should have a legitimate chance at making better salaries. And if this goes by, putting two different studio kind of a little bit in a competition and see who's going to be the one that really wants you most, who are we to kind of prevent someone to kind of, raise a little bit the stake and have a better way to provide to his family with a better salary?
True, but you're still giving a chance to the place that doesn't interest you anymore. So maybe you could get a better offer from them, but you're still going to be bored at work. And you want to find that job that is exciting you. And you want to go somewhere new. It's going to challenge you in different ways.
Yeah. Well, maybe that studio had other plans for you. Maybe there's a better project that they have for you. Maybe
why aren't they sharing this information with you? Why are they keeping you in the dark and keeping you down and unchallenged and bored?
Because they have other things to worry about, and they had no ideas that you might be interested.
So they don't
to do
care
something
about you.
Well, if you say, "Hey, I exist," and other people might want my services, then they might wake up and say, "Oh, you know what? We actually do like you, and now that you're talking about it, we have this amazing other project for you and this raise. Please don't leave."
Do you want the people that are excited about you now, or the ones that have been sleeping on you and didn't care about you until you said, "I am getting out of here"?
Well, maybe they were the one all this time and they just didn't know about it, and now it's the time to know.
Hearing a lot of maybes. There's a lot of speculation about what their intentions are.
Man, I want to vote. That was entertaining. I was kind of I was expecting someone to start throwing real stones there at the end. That was good.
That was fun.
I love this question because it's just like you like. There's no
when there is no good answer. Those make
that's the one. Those are the ones that are good ones.
But you have to dig your heels in on one side.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Okay, so Jacob, you're the next one to throw the hot topic, the hot potato. What's it going to be?
All right. Should you ask for shots that are above your skill level? Brent, you are fighting for it. You say yes, you should ask, and David, no, you should not. Start the timer.
All right, I'm going to go first if you don't mind. I'd say absolutely yes, of course. You want to be pushing the envelope every single day. I believe that artistic professions, to be happy, to be truly happy on the job, you absolutely need to be learning. You have to be learning. It is such a big part of the experience. It's the reason why you should always be asking in an interview, like, who's my supervisor? Am I going to be reporting to somebody who's got a lot more experience than me? Can I learn from this person? It's all wrapped up in the same thing. You want to be in a position to be pushing the envelope. If you're in your comfort zone, you're going to get bored and you're going to look for another job. You want to be happy at your job, find a place where you're going to be challenged all the time. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah. So I agree with you that you want to be pushed out of your comfort zone. But the way to do it is actually to show the quality of your work and let the team decide that, oh, he's actually great. We're going to give him a chance. So you want to over-deliver on a period of time until the moment that it's undeniable that you deserve those shots. You don't want to ask for it. You don't want to be that guy.
Okay,
you want to, they have no choice. They have to give you the chance.
Okay, so the angle you're playing here is, sure, okay, you can agree with me on what you want with the end result, but what you're saying is the way to go about doing it. Okay, I get it. They're very cleverly played there, David. I would say that in contrast to that particular opinion, I would say that the issue with that, of course, is not showing a little bit of ambition and a little bit of incentive. I think that, or not incentive, sorry, what's the word? A little bit of
See, Brent, you're
gusto.
looking for your words.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
convinced by
Okay,
your
you
arguments.
got me on the spot. So basically, why wait around? Because again, what happens if you're at a job and you are knocking it out of the park, but nobody ever thinks about giving you a more challenging shot? Because it's like they're all about low hanging fruit. They're like, look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep giving it to David because he gets it done always on time and above average. Just keep it going. Keep that gravy train going. Then what do you do? Wait forever? Yeah. Sounds good. Great idea, David.
I would say probably the most embarrassing thing that you can do in a workplace is to, beg and ask for having a shot that is way above your league. And then when they're like, okay, go for it. And then you face plant and you misery filled in front of everyone. If they took the decision of, okay, let's give him a chance and you're failing, it's actually on them. They made the decision. You had nothing to do about it. So they will feel responsible for it and they will kind of help you and guide you along the way instead of just laughing at your miserable mistake.
David eats poo. Final answer.
Apart from that last line, you both got in some really excellent topic points, and I love it. I hope this is as entertaining for chat as it is for me. That was awesome.
I know. It's fun when you're watching, don't you think? It's like you're just like, whoa, shots fired. Oh, interesting. Whoa, I didn't see that coming. What's really fun is when if you know where the person like. It's really funny if someone's on the other side of what they would normally not be thinking opinion-wise. That's fun. You have to watch them squirm around a little bit. Okay. So I guess
that's a pretty interesting mental process because we're used most of the time at, okay, we're kind of in a disagreement.
Yeah.
Let's find common grounds. Let's see the other point of view. This is the total opposite. Oh, you're going down.
That's it. It's like you're just going for the jugular, looking for like the weak spots. I don't know. It does feel weird, but I think I could get used to it. It's fun.
With an argument that maybe you don't really believe with.
That's it. It's like this faux anger that you have to to develop so you can be feisty. It's good. I like it. It's very therapeutic.
We put up some sort of banner along the bottom to explain like this is debate night or something.
Yeah, so people don't give the wrong impression. The best part is we're actually late. Yeah, and it's funny because it's like we're streaming on LinkedIn Live, so they're going to think that we're like literally just fighting right now. It's going to be good. I like it. Let them think that. Let them think it. Okay, so David, you're next up on the random hot potato.
Go next. Ooh, all right. One that's actually this one a topic that we briefly touched on, but let's see how it goes.
Oh boy.
You are in a leadership position. Should you hire your girlfriend in your team?
Wow.
Brent, you're going to be against it. And Jacob, you're going to be for it.
I like it.
And Jacob, you're actually going to start this one.
Hey, by the way, before we start the clock on this, I think what's been happening naturally, which is good, is the person who gets to go first gets to also close. Just I think it makes sense because they're on their heels starting the argument. And the person in the middle, I think it's how it's been working. So let's try to keep it like that. So keep an eye on the clock. 1 minute each. One minute, kind of bouncing back and forth. Try it. See if it works. Okay, you ready? Clock starting. Go.
Yes. So absolutely, you should hire your partner, significant other. You have a outside of work relationship. You know how to talk to each other. You have a communication shorthand. Things get streamlined, easier. It just all works and flows much better together. That's it. That makes total sense to me. I don't need to say anymore.
He's so confident. He's forfeiting the rest of his first minute. Go, David. Go.
No, Brent, it's you.
No, Brent.
It's me. Oh, I thought. Oh man, I got confused. I'm so dumb. God,
Brent, it's pretty simple.
I'm so confident. I'm so confident that I could waste the minute of mine. I have 18 seconds left. What could possibly go wrong? I would say that the perception is everything. The optics of bringing in somebody, even if they are the best person for the job, that you bring them into that kind of environment where people are going to assume they got the job because of pure nepotism, they are sabotaged from second one. And I think that is obviously not a position you want to put yourself in. It's not a position you want to put your significant other in because it's legit going to be a real big problem. They're going to have to work from a deficit of trust for the team because they're going to just assume that they got the job for the wrong reasons. How can you possibly convince all these people that watched that all happen that that's not why she got the job? Or they?
Completely disagree. You're setting up the person at a starting point of trust because they trust you as the leader, So by default, they should trust your judgment, and they should trust those that you surround yourself with. Yeah, they should trust those that you trust for the job to put them into that position. So it's not starting at a deficit of trust. It's starting at the absolute highest rung of trust. It's on them to lose the trust of the team. They're already starting from the top. It makes perfect sense.
Well, it makes perfect sense if you can actually brainwash people to forget the word nepotism, and then maybe you would have a point. But because they probably know that word, that's going to be a bit of a tricky thing to do. So I think that in the end, you are just up against, it's you versus the dictionary, I guess, is basically the problem. So
you're just relying on people knowing that giant word?
It's not nepotism. Okay, there's a few syllables there, but yes, I'm relying. My whole argument hinges on the fact that people know.
I'm just relying on people understanding and believing in the leader and knowing their trust.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But I guess you won't be a leader for very much longer after they find out you're hiring your girlfriend or boyfriend, because then obviously, the jig is up at that point. You've lost your team's trust. You might have started with trust, but it's going to end in tears, right?
I think we're still on two opposite ends of this, because I'm saying you're starting with trust. So you're not going to lose the leadership position because you already have that shorthand. You have the communication skills. You know how to work with each other really effectively. So it's going to work out. Plus, you're starting from trust.
Okay. Agree to disagree.
Well done.
This is what I had to say about that, Jacob.
I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
Not very intimidating when it's 40 miles away.
Oh, yeah. I'll bring it. Keep talking there, tough guy. Okay, so who's next? Who's next? This is fun. I like this.
Getting out of hands. That's amazing.
So wait, that was David. So my turn to drop the pot potato. Okay. Yes. Resetting the clock. We have another one coming up here. We are going to do just for fun. So imagine you're back at the office, which is maybe a little hard for some of you to imagine, considering some of you have not been back to the office in a number of years. But let's pretend we are either in the future where we are living in a much safer place, or we are living, or we're living in the past where there's no pandemic. You are working in an open office-like environment, like many studios are set up to be, and unfortunately, the person next to you has never been introduced to a concept called a shower. And so there is something in the air that is distracting. It is making you have a hard time. David's dying, having a hard time concentrating at work. And it actually even triggers a bit of a migraine for you. So do you say something? And let's assume one of you are going to say, yes, I say something. I want to know who you're going to tell and how you're going to fix this problem. And then the other argument, of course, is going to be, no, you absolutely don't. It's not worth it. Jacob, you're going to be the one who says, absolutely say something. And David, you're going to argue the opposite side of the coin. And
I feel like there's some... I just want to say before we start the clock on this one, votes for the last one were 100% for you, Brent, and I think I was set up for failure there.
Yeah, you definitely were. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It was a fair question, right? Okay, so who goes first on this one? I lost track. Who wants to go first?
It's your call, Brent.
Okay, Jacob, you're going to go first.
Okay, and I'm arguing for saying something.
You're going to argue for saying something, and this is your chance to redeem yourself, even though you think the game is rigged. Go.
Okay, so if there is something that someone can change about themselves and they would benefit from it in a much broader sense than just your opinion, then you should definitely share it with them. If they have something in their teeth, it's a quick fix. If they need to shower, that's a great hygiene etiquette thing that they could benefit from. If you're talking about you're too short, I don't like you, that's not something people can change. But if something they can change, you should absolutely offer that suggestion to them and help guide them through it in a very non-confrontational way.
Yeah. I would actually advise for a more subtle approach. I mean, you don't have to destroy their ego. They might have, some experience in their childhood that led them to, they might be allergic to soap or something. But, there are subtle cues that you can bring, like a little scented candle. You can, make sure that everyone around them is is properly showering and putting a little bit of perfume. There's a lot of subtle things that you could
So you just want
do.
everybody else to help cover up the problem?
It's a slow process sometimes, and you don't want to break them, but you just want to realize over time that all those little visual and all those senses that will slowly bring them to the realization that they should maybe do something about it.
I don't think they're going to realize because you are wearing perfume that they should take a shower. I don't think it's going to work that way. I think you're going to have to be a little bit more direct and approachable and helpful. There's no reason to be negative about it or confrontational. It can be a very positive thing about helping them bring upon change to themselves. And that could help them throughout the rest of their life too. Not just this job, the next job, with their family, with any extracurriculars they're doing. They would benefit from that helpful advice, not from passive aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think the end result that we're looking for is the same. I just trust in human intelligence, and if you provide the proper cues, they will notice, and at some point they will get home and they will thank you for having made them understand without in front of everyone, exposing their lack of hygiene. And one day they're going to come back. They will be fully washed, happy about it, and they're going to thank you to have them understand what was going on without taking the very, harsh and brutal approach of exposing verbally in front of everyone their
Humans
situation.
need assistance to understand and realize things. People don't just come up with the solutions on their own. They don't realize the passive aggressiveness is aimed at them, nor that they just have an epiphany one day that they need to change everything about how they operate in their hygiene because you put an incense candle on your desk.
I think we need to remove 2 points. He surpassed by 3 seconds at least.
I saw Pitar saying that when you were going, it's like when you're extending the word count for an essay.
It rings very true in my mind right now. It's very true.
Yeah, you just gotta talk yourself.
Just fluffing it up a little bit. Just fluff it up. That was good. That was funny because it's like I really was trying to figure out what side of the issue you guys were really on, because it's sort of like that's a good one. Like, where do you even start? By the way, people in chat have convinced me I'm going to periodically between debate rounds explain what you are about to witness. What's happening is we are the three of us have decided, just for fun, to have a speed sort of debating round of just silliness, where we're actually picking some controversial, sometimes fictional, sometimes actually, derivative of past experiences, situations that are kind of polarized. Like, it's like, there's not an obvious, although maybe some of them are a little bit rigged. But basically, every time we drop one of these, we each get a turn to drop it, and we have to decide who of the other two are going to debate what side of the topic, and then the two just go at it. So what you're seeing is completely fictional. The names of all the characters have been changed to, oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. We have our real names. Now they all know. But basically, we're just having fun, just in case you're watching and you just came in. Who is next? That was my drop, right? So I guess Jacob's next.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Next. So you've received some feedback from a higher up, but you think that it's not a good note and you know better. Your idea is a little bit stronger. Should you challenge a supervisor's note? David, you are fighting 4 and you'll be going first. And Brent, you are saying, no, you should not challenge a supervisor's note.
Okay. And David's going to go first. All right. Clock is running.
Great. At least on this, I'm on the offensive side of this debate. Yes. I mean, listen, you're not going to get anywhere in this industry if you're not able to properly learn to adequately voice your concern or opinion about things in general. There's a way to do it, but to not voice your concern is as if you were agreeing with the notes. So if you actually do and proceed with the note and it doesn't work, you are as guilty as the person that provided the note, if you don't say anything about it in a respectful manner, of course.
Okay, so here's the deal. If you're going to be dealing with some sort of altercation with your supervisor, I think it is always best and prudent to tread lightly. And I mean this in all seriousness, because I feel like, and we talked about this before on the stream. You don't know. I think it's not necessarily whether you are going to disagree with them or agree with disagree or agree with the feedback. I think what you need to do is it needs to lead to a conversation, and I do think you need to be very, very, very careful. So I think at the end of the day, my opinion is to have a conversation with the supervisor. I think you want to talk about trying to find out more about why he feels or she feels they feel like, why that's the right direction. Try to offer other alternatives and see if you can find a way forward where it allows you to try some of your ideas. Maybe you can, I don't know, maybe you can even, maybe you work on another version and show them anyways and see how they feel about it. That way you're not actually literally disagreeing with them. You're trying to be like, look, I did exactly what you wanted, but I wanted to show you this as well.
I feel that you're actually stole my side of the debate, and you just express it in a different way. Because basically,
the same.
Exactly. So I'm going to win this point by default, but I completely agree with you, Brent, that we should, if you do not agree with the note that a supervisor is provided, you should absolutely say something about it. I also agree with you that providing, alternative is a great. I actually ask what is really the problem, and then provide alternative of what you think might be better addressing this note. I'm going to give you another 10 seconds to save yourself.
Well, I don't really think it's about saving anybody, David, other than just saving my soul, because my soul is what's at stake here, because everyone's watching and you're putting me on the spot.
That was entertaining. But yes, I do. I think that Brent didn't argue his side. He argued for a middle ground.
It was impossible.
David's side.
It was impossible. How do you argue something you so vehemently disagree with?
Exactly. He's just not capable of playing this character that
I just don't know.
Is in disagreement with himself.
I don't know how to do it. It's just yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I just can't. I tried.
Hey, I did it with the guy that doesn't shower. So
that's true. I know. My bad.
Just got to dig in.
I'll do better next time, guys. All right. So let's see. Reset.
It's my turn.
It's your turn. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. Simple one. So, what is better? Bonuses or a higher salary? Assuming that both are coming back to the same thing at the end. So a yearly bonus or a higher yearly salary, and both of them are ending at exactly the same amount. So Brent, you're going to be in favor of lower salaries, but yearly or per project bonuses. And Jacob, you're going to be in favor of just higher salaries. And Brent, you're going to start.
I hate you. Okay, so if I were a betting man, which I just happen to be, at the end of the day, well, hold on a second. I have a question. Let me turn the clock off because I need to understand the question. So wait, you're saying that there's no way you're going to make more money if there's the bonus scenario? There's no risk versus reward here. It's just is that what you're saying? It's bonuses
let's put a simple scenario: 100,000 a year with a 20,000 bonus, or 120,000 salary, a yearly salary with no bonuses.
Oh, that's crazy! I can't argue that. How am I going to do that? Okay.
Well, I didn't say which side you can take. Looking from the studio side, or looking from the industry side in general, or looking at it from the employee side.
Okay.
Both studios are using both strategies.
Okay, so here's my point. This is the angle. From the perspective of an employee, in a scenario where you're getting paid a little less okay, up front, but there is some bonus that kicks in at the end. There's two good reasons that I have in my mind that could work out in your favor. One, you're still going to make $120,000 over the year, but you're going to be you can think of it like a way of, because it's going to come in a big lump sum at the end. You can consider that a really clever way of saving money. For one, because it just kind of comes in, you just send it directly, which a lot of people do, by the way. They send it directly to their RSPs. If you live in Canada, you can usually have your employer do that. So it's a kind of a way of tricking yourself into actually saving money. And of course, if you're sending it to RSPs, then you're going to get a bunch of tax back at the end of the year anyways, by doing that. So you're saving and you're getting a bunch of money back at the end of the year. Also, what if you are betting on the hopes that because you were so cooperative that your employer is going to be like, I really like this person, how they like to play ball and take a lower salary, and they're willing to, sort of take a little bit of a risk. Maybe I'll even get a little bit more of a salary at the end of the day. Maybe, who knows? Because I'm going to really outperform everybody and I'm gunning for a bigger salary.
You're taking this into a new direction that is not part of the assignment.
Oh,
there's no expectation of future salary increases because
I've been rigged twice. There's 2 times in a row.
There's got to be some stipulation for the bonuses. The company has to be doing well enough for it to happen, and it's going to fluctuate from year to year in the future years. Even though right now it seems like it's going to be the exact same value either way, in the future it's going to fluctuate, and you don't know if you're ever going to get that bonus again. It might be a one-time thing. I'd rather take the increased salary now and know exactly how much I'm going to make so I can budget better and I have the money earlier. Forget waiting until the end to get your bonus, because then you save money and tricking yourself into thinking you don't have enough money. Get the money up front and put it into some sort of valuable asset that's going to increase in value and make your money work for you earlier, rather than wait until the very end where it's just been sitting there the whole time and you couldn't have accessed it.
You know what I love? I love in a minute, like the moment in a debate when you are sort of lectured for doing something and then the person does exactly the same thing right back to you, where they then decide to predict the future and suggest that perhaps that's only a one-time bonus and that maybe, that might not come back. It seems a little similar to me suggesting that bonus might go up. I'm just saying. I mean, if I had a whistle, I'd be blowing it right by now.
I understand where you're coming from, that I did the same thing back to you. But you're hoping that if you do well enough, then maybe they'll give you a better salary. Whereas I'm saying the bonus is going to be dependent on something that will fluctuate, not just hoping for a better monetary increase in your salary because you performed well. But the bonus is going to be based on performance of the studio, and that's out of your control. You're one small part.
Well done, guys. Brent, you need a less depressing sound.
Yeah, okay, hold on. What do I got?
All right.
That's better.
I like this one
more upbeat.
It's a little happier. Veronica likes that one. Okay, so yeah, I hate you both. This is not healthy for our relationship. Okay, is it my turn?
I need the last stream of Agora.Community, guys.
Forever.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
This is literally the night that Agora.Community died. Right here, you're witnessing like a slow motion train wreck in progress. If you're joining us just now, I see there's more people that are watching. Jacob and David, myself, are having a little bit of fun, and we're choosing random topics that we're throwing at each other and having each other debate. Even if they don't agree with what they're saying, they are forced to come up with some ridiculous, crazy, like, strategy of an argument that is going to prop up their side of the argument that they didn't get to choose. The person who poses the question gets to choose it, and it's all for fun, and we're not really being serious at all. But the questions are serious. These are real topics and real debates. But whether or not we actually believe what we're saying is a whole other question. So I think it's my turn to throw the hot potato into the mix and watch you guys squirm. So let's do that. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to reset the clock. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. This is a good one. Classic. You're a supervisor. So let's say you're a supervising animator or just a supervising artist. And you have a really cool team. You get along really well with them. Do you socialize with them outside of work hours? Do you go hang out? Is it okay to develop personal relationships with your subordinates? Is that cool? Is it not cool? David, you think it's a terrible idea. Jacob, you think it's a great idea. and David, I'm going to enjoy this. David, you get to go first.
Of course. Well, the clock is already started.
Oh, it's going, buddy.
Wait,
it is.
What's the matter?
I was going to say pause real quick, because there's an interesting point here in the chat. I'm torn. Either I'm voting for the guy I actually agree with, or the guy who did a great job of making the wrong answer sound good. Which one should they be voting for?
That is an excellent question.
I would go with the guy who did great at making the wrong answer.
I would agree, because it's about debate, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think you should be judging it based on the merit of the agility of said person's ability to come up with some argument, not about it doesn't mean you agree with the answer. It doesn't mean anything like that. It's like the performance. So I definitely agree with that. Okay, I'm starting the clock again. Go.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you've ever been in a leadership position in our industry, there's our tough situation, tough calls. You'll need to, provide constructive criticism to the work of your team. And, very basic socializing can work, yes. But do you want to become friends? Do you want to create ties that will make it very awkward and difficult? To kind of bring work with your friends, and then you're hanging out with them, and then it just makes an awkward situation when you have to ask them to do more overtime, or when you have to cast them on work that is definitely not interesting, and then you kind of break those friendship. There's a barrier there that you just need to be very careful, because it would be very easy to make it awkward on both sides, on both the social side and the professional side, if you become friends with your team.
No way. The difficult conversations you're talking about are so much easier when you have a pre-established relationship with the person. You feel like you can talk with them at a very human level, as colleagues, as friends, as partners in the workplace. When you have that relationship with them, those difficult conversations are no longer as difficult. And in addition to that, employees that are happy with their life do better at work, and helping them achieve their goals within life, getting to know what hobbies they have, getting to know about their personal life, their aspirations, their dislikes, will help form that trust and help them not only better producers at work, but feel like they can talk to you, trust you, and bring you problems that they otherwise wouldn't have if there's this walled off professional relationship where they feel like they can't speak to you in a human way.
Yeah. I think this is assuming that everyone is, reasonable and in their expectation of what is going on in the workplace. I think that most people will respect that they can have this conversation with you on a very professional level, but they know that it will stay within this little arena that can be the workplace, and it's not something that as friend you're going to share with others. And they like to have this kind of psychological boundary that this is my personal life and this is work.
If people who confide in you are worried you're going to tell other people, then you're not a good friend in general, much less a good leader.
I gave you a little extra bonus time there, but there's only so much I can give you, Jacob. That was good. That was fun watching you squirm. I was impressed, David, with your ability to adapt to that.
That was some good mental gymnastics.
It's like,
I hate you,
David. Yeah, David was arguing with his own kryptonite. It was like, how dare you? I would like to answer this question and have an opinion, but I'm too busy dealing with this dagger in my back. I can't really think straight right now. Okay, so who's next? I lost track.
I think it's my turn to throw one out, but I don't have one that's nearly as entertaining as the previous couple we've gotten. Well, does anybody have a good one that they want to throw to me?
Maybe we can. I think that's going to be the last one, because technically we're going to complete the cycle. So maybe we can take one from chat if anyone has.
Oh, that's a great idea.
One they want to throw in, and this one would technically be me and Brent. So we can leave 30 seconds. See if someone puts something, you can just write it and then say afterwards who's going to argue on which side.
Just remember, Chad, if you do have a debate topic, it's best to have one that's sort of like, yes, obviously it's hard, like controversial issues usually have typically one side or another, but the best ones are the ones that are really could go either way. Metaverse, Brent for David against. Oh, that's good.
Now we have too many topics. All right, we can choose
who's the better debater.
Yeah.
Got a debate about how good of a debater you are. Why should you ghost hours and why should you not ghost hours?
Okay, I don't know what ghost hours is. So
I'm assuming that means working without telling anybody you're working, or without writing it on your timesheet or being paid for it.
Or maybe it's like putting in time that you didn't do.
I would go with PEDAR because PEDAR is straight to the point. Unpaid OT. Ooh. All right, Brent. Metaverse or
those are good topics.
OT?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Metaverse is a really fun one because I'm personally interested in it. I can go there if you want. So Brent for and David against. That's going to be good. David gets the crappy end of that stick though. That's funny. Well, I don't know. If you want, we can swap. I think I could come up with an argument on this side just for fun if you want.
Let's do it.
Let's roll it the way the dice was. We're gonna do it.
Let's go with the Metaverse. Let's go with this one.
I know, but like, who's doing it for and who's doing against?
Oh,
is it? We're gonna go with Petter's suggestion of who's for and who's against, or do you want me? Do you want to take my olive branch?
I'm for going with whatever Peter decide.
Okay, so it sounds like I'm for and David's against. All right, Here we go. Who goes first, Petter? You're the controller of our destiny right now.
Yeah, you're the puppet master there. So
yeah. This must be very fun for Petar. He's thinking, can we do this every night? Are you still there, Petar? Tell me, who goes first? Brent goes first. All right.
There we go. Brent goes first.
All right. So, yes, some of you might be thinking that the metaverse is coming at a perfect time. And you would be right. A time that we're divided, time that we can't actually be together in the same room. Yes, some of you might be thinking, yeah, but Brent, the pandemic, it's old news. We're getting through it. Well, you know what? What happens when the next one shows up? What happens when something else happens? What happens in general? What happens when just people get used to living far away from one another? Because that toothpaste is out of the bottle at this point. People have literally moved to the countryside. They've moved outside of the city centers, and they can't easily just get together physically anymore. Enter, my friends, the metaverse. The metaverse will save us and allow us to have these tactile, physical sort of moments together again. Even though, yes, I might not be able to touch David, but I can still it makes it feel like he's kind of in the room, and who knows, maybe the technology with Facebook pouring billions of dollars in there, I will be able to feel the soft warmth of his hand when we high five over beers the next time we have board game night. David, go ahead.
Oh, Brent, when you talk like this, you could go for hours. I'm just drinking your words. Tell me, do you have a 12-year-old that is dealing with addiction on TikTok and Instagram?
That's not fair. I don't have a 12-year-old living in my house.
Okay.
She's 6 going on 12.
Let me tell you what happens in the brain of child that are dealing with dopamine overload, just with those little tiny screen and stuff that is very interesting. Now do the same thing, but put them in a virtual reality that's going to be 10 times more amazing, with all of their senses that's going to be tickled at all time, with all of their friends, imaginary, some friends that are not really there, they don't even know what it is, but that's a cool avatar dragon, so they became friend with this creepy 50-year-old. How do you think that's going to play out for this next generation of people that are going to live in those imaginary world? And how do you think that big corporation might just maybe benefit, not both financially, but in general, in terms of mind control with our youth that will grow up in this new society?
You pose a very interesting scenario, David, one that I'm having a hard time imagining, considering that I have decent parenting skills. And I can actually make it so that my 12-year-old won't just be running off into the closet, watching and experiencing creepy 50-year-olds on the other end of the internet. If that's how you roll, David, then, so be it. I'm not here. Okay. You brought up our kids, so it's fine. I'm going to just have to hit back with a sort of like, dude, come on, like read a book or something. All right. On parenting. I'll give you one.
Sorry, Brent. I forgot that the creepy 50-year-old might have been you.
Oh, well played, David, for the win. I was like, he's not gonna do it. He did it. He totally said it was me. I'm the 50-year-old. I'm a little on the nose, huh? Close to 50. I mean, like, come on. All right. Well, that was fun.
That was very entertaining.
That was more fun than expected.
Than it should have been. it's like we shouldn't even call this debating night. I think we should call this role play debate. Is probably a little bit more accurate.
That might be
that really is what it was. Yeah.
I gotta say, I don't think there's any of those debates that I felt that I was on the side of where I would have naturally went.
That makes it more fun.
It was a very interesting exercise for sure.
Yeah, that was good. I like it a lot. For the record, I think David is an excellent parent. Just so you know, everybody, he's an excellent. Okay, so
for the record, Brent is not 50.
Yeah, but for the record, I'm close enough that it hurt a little bit. It stung just a little bit. So what do? We're going to bring up the polls. Here we go. Are you guys ready?
Sure.
We need a drum roll.
I have no idea.
I don't have a drum roll.
Where it's going.
It's going to be right here. I'm going to take off this. And we're going to replace the doom clock with the David with 60%. Damn. He crushed everybody. Okay, so my question
I think that people were just like, poor guy, he needs to sell the thing that we can feel in all the muscle of his face.
That's it. It could be. I think the turning point for you was when we said, no, you should be voting for the person who's got like the, what's going on? What's happening?
Coming back? What?
Okay, hold on. Let me try something. Did I ever tell you guys how lucky we are? We have such amazing people in chat. The people in chat are just like amazing human beings. Wait a minute. What's happening here? I think Scott is messing with our brains or something. I don't know what's going on. That isn't making any sense. I think people are clicking on and off, or Scott's actually literally dragging things around. I don't know what's happening. But now, because I'm now not winning, then I'm gonna just tell chat how I really feel about them. Chat. Okay, well, that was fun. It's you know what's funny? It's 2 minutes after 10. We're like literally on the nose for time. So,
it's as if we practice to be like we know what we're doing.
Yeah. So we would love to get some feedback. We should have added maybe Scott, quick on the trigger, can actually make another poll really quick and just get everyone's opinion on whether you enjoyed this evening's entertainment, whether you'd like to see more stuff like this. Like I said, we can grow this into something even more epic and have teams. I was talking to David Gibson. We were trying to get him on the show tonight. But he was like up to his eyeballs with too many things, and so he wasn't able to come. But he was interested in coming, especially if we had some sort of fun feature anim versus game anim debate. That would be fun. So tune in to the next one. But Scott, I don't know if are you able to put up another vote really quick? I mean, another poll so people can vote on like how people felt about tonight, so we get some feedback.
And we're going to announce the result in next week's.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Why not? And then we'll debate about the actual results. It'll be perfect. So meta. Okay, well, he's going to set that up. We'll close the stream. I'll let the little video play so you can cast your votes while we're closing up shop. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the experiment. Thank you, Jacob, for taking some time out of your day to pretend to be mad at us and or maybe not pretend. We'll never know. Just come here.
Jacob that serious in so long.
It was pretty good. He had his serious face going on and everything. It was good.
You guys were excellent. They were quite formidable opponents.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure sparring with you all, sirs. Okay, well, we'll see you on the next one, and see you chat on the next one. Have a good night. Have a good one, a good night, a good day, wherever you are. Have a good one. Have one of those things.
Bye,
have
everybody.
all those things. Bye.
Dun, 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 dun.